Welcome to the channel. Presented by the Beeline Entertainment, LLC. Enjoy the show.
People, what's good? Yo, check it out. Welcome to the Beeline ENT, LLC. What we got for you? First off, we got the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, talking a little of everything. Then we got Straight Through the Ropes, STR, baby, Wrestle Talk, where we talk all things pro wrestling. Next up, we got the Show Off Show, that's right, the Beeline ENT Entertainment.
Welcome to the channel. Presented by the Beeline Entertainment, LLC. Enjoy the show.
People, what's good? Yo, check it out. Welcome to the Beeline ENT, LLC. What we got for you? First off, we got the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, talking a little of everything. Then we got Straight Through the Ropes, STR, baby, Wrestle Talk, where we talk all things pro wrestling. Next up, we got the Show Off Show, that's right, the Beeline ENT Entertainment. And then on Sunday nights, we going live on the line with that group panel discussion. Check us out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Also, pick up some merch. The Beeline ENT LLC. Let's go.
WTW, Wrestle Talk Wednesdays.
Check it out. First at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Commission Talks, baby. Me, Brian B., Warren Marlowe, the American Prodigy, and of course, your man Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, talking that wrestling. Yeah, join us Wednesdays. And after that, of course, you got STR Nation, baby. Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. Brian B., Slim, Lay, Ray, that's right. Come join us. Leave your comments, fantasy book, and show the world who you care about in pro wrestling. Wednesday nights, WTW. Let's go. People, check it out. Are you looking for great content? You want to laugh? You want to talk about some serious stuff? Hey, whatever you're looking for, I guarantee you can find it at Opulence Radio, a black-owned radio station with great content. Check out all the shows. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about. Enough for you to enjoy. Check out Opulence Radio at www.opulenceradio.com. Download the app today.
Everybody should know. Check it out. Your boy Brian B is trying to go live on TikTok, baby. Follow the Beeline ENT. Head on over to my channel. We got a lot of content. I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. Check us out. Follow us, the Beeline ENT LLC. I'll see you there.
2,000 years later.
3, 2, 1, it's game time. 3, 2, 1, it's game time.
Stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you.
Get more W. That Gentlest energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing, is there for you. Enter that promo code BrianB, and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power.
Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you.
Yo, what up? Check it out. Tuesday night. People, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? It's me. It's Brian B. Check it out, guys. Hey, we back. It's episode 101. What? 101. What? Put it on the microphone. That's 101. Yo, listen, I'm in a good mood today, man. I'm back on the web show, the show that started it all. Thank you guys so much. Last episode we had of the Beeline Web Show was the 100th episode special, and that's where I was kind of like going over past experiences we've had since we started. We went all the way from episode 1 and kind of went all the way up to like now. I'm gonna be doing a lot of explaining stuff tonight. We're also gonna be talking about a couple different topics that I wanted to talk about. You're going to start seeing a lot more direction with these shows going further. I don't know if you guys have been seeing my posts all week, but all shows are coming back. We're back in full-time business. We have tonight, of course, the Tuesday nights is the Beeline Web Show. Wednesdays is Wrestle Talk Wednesday. That's going to be the commission talks at 5 p.m. Then it's going to be Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk is getting a very big upgrade. We got pictures, we got bios, we got websites, we got a whole bunch of shit coming, and I really am excited for you guys to see it because it's really going to be a lot of fun. We're also doing a kind of get to know me episode tomorrow along with the backlash, so definitely stay tuned for that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Me, Slim, and Lay, we're going to be introducing ourselves, so you guys are going to get to know us a little bit more. We're also going to get to know each other on that episode a little bit more, where we're from, what we're about, different shit we've been through, whatever. And then of course backlash, but that's wrestling, that's for Wednesdays. This is Tuesday, man. We're gonna talk about the direction of the Beeline Web Show tonight. We also going to talk about some topics. Like I said, I got some really interesting topics I think you guys are going to enjoy, and chiming in the comments and stuff like that as well. We got a little bit of a new look. I got a couch in here now, man. I'll be chilling and watching movies and shit like that or whatever while I'm in here. But listen, man, I'm having fun tonight. All by myself. I'm not alone though. You feel me? Like I feel good, yo. I'm gonna talk about it. Before we do anything, there's one thing we always gotta do, and that's the introduction. I remember the days we had just a simple little introduction. The introduction is getting a revamp. I want you guys to see the new one. It's not gonna be too much different. Have some new clips up in it. But listen, this is where we at. If you like to hit, here go. Let's go.
Straight to the point, baby.
It's going down in
3, 2, 1.
People, that's your boy!
Brian B.
Let's go.
Back on the Beeline. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Is the influence you have.
Again with Rangers!
You gotta be a clean baby's ass.
Hold on real quick.
Knows the hands of fate.
People, it's your boy, Brian B. Welcome to the Beeline Web Show. Let's go! Yeah, that's right. Check it out, yo. I'm already wrestled out or whatever. Y'all got so much wrestling to talk about this week. But listen, no more wrestle talk. We're gonna be talking about Tuesday night talk, right? Tuesday, yo. Check it out, man. If you haven't already, make sure that you guys hit those like, subscribe buttons and do all that stuff or whatever. Because we got the shows coming back, man. I'm excited to be coming back. It's a lot of stuff going on. And one of the things we did when we first started, we had an endless amount of topics to talk about when it was like, the COVID and shit like that was going on. And, driving back down that memory lane, it was easy to talk by yourself. Even though I had IT Tiff here, she was, kind of like my co-host for a while. And, then we always had guests. Like we literally have always had guests on the web show. And but I do have a lot of episodes also that I've done by myself where I did either the Beeline News, I've done get to know me sessions, things like that, which have been a lot of fun. And then just kind of coming on here, just where I've had a guest where maybe they didn't want to come on or plans got mixed up. We definitely have had that as well. But at the same time, I'm discovering something as I'm doing this shit, yo. I love talking with people. I love, having good conversation and group content and, get a lot of laughs, get a lot of people's perspectives and stuff like that. But I also like the therapy of this shit. And I know I said this on the 100th episode as well, but this is definitely something that, I'm getting used to. What up, JC? Do so thrilled and proud of you for hitting the Century EP mark. Yeah, man, definitely appreciate it, bros. Great episode, great callback. I really enjoyed reminiscing about all the episodes that we have done so far, and much love to everybody who's watched and stuck with us. JC's a big fan of the show. Really appreciate him. Yo, listen, man. I wanted to kind of get reconnected with you guys. Like I said, I've been kind of really focused on the wrestling, genre that we have on the Beeline Entertainment right now because it's a big one. You know what I'm saying? It came in straight to the rope. Started. We used to do it on the web show, and then we kind of like it just took off, man. We're getting really popular with it. It's definitely a big thing. And then I joined commission talks, and it's just been flying. But I miss this. I miss getting in front of the camera and talking to you guys, sharing my thoughts and my opinions about things that are going on in the world, things that are going on with different topics that I just want to vent, man. And that's really what I'm about to start using the web show to do. The web show is going to be kind of my time. Now, with that, I'm not saying that I'm not going to have guests anymore. We're definitely going to be talking to people, reaching back out to people and having people that I would like to get to know. And I would like to talk to, and people that I think deserve a platform. We still have the Talking with Strangers segment that's going to be going. That's going to be a little bit different as far as just like, I'm not going to just do the crazy, oh man, who are you? Anybody in the world? I'm not going to do that anymore. Like I ran through like a fair share of hiccups doing that. Not because people are boring or anything. That's part of it, but honestly, it's because people aren't yeah, come on, and then you get to the damn night of the show and nobody can come on. A big change that we went through, last year? Yeah, last year was, we stopped doing recorded episodes. Back in the day, for anybody who doesn't know how this process works, you know what I'm saying? You go and you talk to people, and there's live streaming, and you can go and press a button, start live like we're doing now. It don't matter, mess ups, whatever happens, it stays in unedited, raw, cut. And that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? Before, we had the recorded episodes where you record everything, you pick a day for you and another person, and you talk and you do whatever, then you edit it all up, make it all look pretty and add shit in it. And then all of a sudden you got a full nice video or whatever. Nah, we don't do that no more, bro. It's just live. I'm doing 5 shows in this motherfucker. I can't be editing 5 jobs, bro. I got a full-time job, I got a 5 family house. So yeah, we do live shit now. So being able to come on and talk is going to be something that's going to be easy for me to just do. But if you do want to be a guest on the Beeline and you want to come talk about whatever situations, or you want to come just join me in the conversation and get kind of deep, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really looking to have some pretty good conversations. Like, tonight's going to be one of those, and we'll be wrapping it up and getting to the point on some of the topics we got here in a few. But yeah, if you want to just come on and just talk shit with me, if you want to come on and kind of vent a little bit the same way, more power to you. I'm definitely would love to have you on. Definitely send me a message. Check us out. We have the website. Everything is up and running. Everything is going through a big reinvention process. Please definitely go check out the website. It's amazing. We're gonna have a lot of different stuff on it soon. It's gonna look a little bit different soon as well. That was the first one we've ever had, but you can still get on there and check out the merch. You can still get on there and see what we do for editing, videos and stuff like that if you are a content creator as well. Bah! Yo, man, listen, bro, it's been beginning of the week. It's one of the things I like about doing the show on Tuesdays is it's beginning of the week. You know what I'm saying? You just came off of last week, got everything going on, then you jump into your Monday and you get your feel about like how you think the week is going to start and everything like that or whatever. And my week was pretty good. I didn't really have any kind of high expectations. The crazy shit about my job, let's get into it, yo. The craziest shit about my job is I went through a lot of different careers since I've started the Beeline, and this was actually one of them for a while. On its own, I was able to have enough income from this to kind of just be on my own and not have to work for somebody, which is the greatest fucking period of my life. But shit doesn't last always. And so I've been blessed to have the kind of careers and jobs or whatever at this point to help me do this, to help me just come on here and talk when I need to, or get the time periods to talk when I want to. And definitely a blessing. But now I have a job where probably the best job I ever had, man. And I do enjoy it. I get to work from home. So I spend more time with my family, less time in traffic and shit like that or whatever. But I get a lot of time back to myself, and it's pretty good pay. So it's like, it's beneficial in all areas. But where there's no stress from other places, then you build stress in different places or whatever. And I'm starting to realize like the stress that I get from my job, man. I have one of those jobs where it's like, your performance matters. You can't be slacking, you know what I'm saying? And it's a, industry where you're not always in charge of what the fuck is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If anybody does sales or, I don't get commission, but anybody does that kind of work, you kind of understand that a lot, more. Because if you have no power over how to get your money and how to get everything situated, shit is at a whim. Like, it could just be a bad month for you. And then your job is like, listen, you ain't producing like we want you to, or like we need people to do at this job. And then bam, you hitting the door, man. And there's nothing you can really do about it. And it's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? One people that interest me a lot is like car dealerships and shit. Like those guys go in there and they have to sell cars, man, for a living. If they don't sell a car, you know what I'm saying? Your numbers is low, whatever. At some point, you're gonna have that conversation. Like, hey, Johnny, you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Roger sold 14 cars yesterday. 14. I don't even have a car. Fucking selling 14 cars. But it be like that, man. It'll be making you mad, yo. But if you work from home, people who work from home, I know they understand this shit. If you're seeing this right now, but you sit there, you'll be in them chat rooms and stuff like that or whatever with all the helpful people and stuff like that, and people that work with you at their house too. And then you see them, Jenny did 14 different sales this week or some shit. And you're looking around like, what the fuck? 14? I can't even get one this motherfucker. Like, what is she doing? And I be going through that stuff, but I had one this week recently where I was really excited. I had like one of my first big sales at my job. And when I say sales, it's different. Like I do trucking, so it's like I'm getting orders and stuff like that or whatever. But when you get order, like it's good for you. And I had a sale, man, and I was uplifted because that a little bit of that tension goes away. It's like, all right, well, I'm producing, I'm helpful and shit. Like they ain't gonna just drop me and shit. But it kind of fell through and things happened and I kind of let down about it, man. It was just one of them times where you had to just remember, like, yo, just keep fucking moving, bro. You can't dwell on stuff because at the end of the day, either if you just choose to stop and just live in that world, then you ain't going no further, definitely. So I had that happen this week, a little learning experience, but I still, I definitely did kind of hit like a bump in the road there. I was like, damn, maybe this shit ain't for me. And I had to go through that whole process, but at the same time, I enjoy it. So it's like, it is what it is. Like, I feel confident enough that I can keep going. Now, if I get another one and I'm like, oh man, another one, especially if it's like a big one, anybody ever work commission, you get the big sale or something like that. And you're like, oh man, I got a huge sale. And then all of a sudden the guy comes to you and he's like, hey man, we thought we had the product, but we don't got shit. And you're like, what? Are you serious? It's fucking $5,000 right here. And then, it's a horrible feeling, bro. Ain't nothing you can do about it either. But yeah, so that happened to me this week. Also this week, man, here's something that was really interesting that I wasn't, expecting, but it put me in a whole different new mentality, yo. This is a mentality that I had when I was younger. But my daughter, she's 5 now. What up, Harris? Yeah, Harris, bro. Yeah, I gotta get Harris. Yo, Harris is Drinking Again podcast. Go visit his podcast, guys. Great podcast. Hey, Harris, yo, if you're watching right now, bro, I want to talk to you for a minute. Yo, listen. Harris, I tell people about Harris is Drinking all the time. Great show, man. And one of the things about his show, and I don't even know if he knows it. I tell him all the time. I've been on shows a bunch of times. But one of the things about his show is a lot of times he does it by himself. Harris, he does bartending and stuff like that. Harris is Drinking Again. And it's kind of like it's called a pubcast, kind of like it gives you the bar vibes. And he sit down and talk to the bartender and shit, and he's listening with his ear. And listening with his ear, like listening with his thumb and shit. Saying dumb shit. But yo, it's a vibe, yo. And it's easy to kind of get in there and just kind of vent. And yo, Harris, on some real shit, like your show is giving me, the idea to kind of get back into that perspective. I enjoy going to your show and kind of just venting and just talking about random shit, regular shit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be, oh, what's entertaining right now? Who is P. Diddy doing and this other shit? I don't give a fuck about all that stuff. I want to talk about stuff that's going on in life, man. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to get caught up with that bullshit, but I want to talk about what's going on in life. I want to talk about what's interesting to me when I'm passing by the channels or whatever, just seeing shit in the world, or I'm just walking down the street and I'm just seeing some crazy shit, and then you get that in your head and you're like, man, I'm sharing that with everybody. I want to talk about, get people's perspectives on it. But I just want to shout you out, bro, because you definitely are a reason why I came to this conclusion. I wanted to do more individual podcasts come on here and just talk my shit, yo. But yeah, shout out to Harris Drinking again. Go check him out. It's a fucking great show, man. A lot of times, yo, and you know, everybody goes through their shit where they're like, hey man, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on or whatever. You know, I feel this, feel that. But you know, it's a great. I was watching his last show last week, and I'm just like, this guy's just on here just talking, bruh. No formulated shit. And it was just the natural shit of it, where it's like, I'm just talking. Yeah, this is what's going on with me right now. I did some fucked up shit. I did this, blah, blah, blah. And then you know damn well people are watching like, man, I did some fucked up shit too, man. I feel you, bro. Like, salute to you too, brother. Like, I'm telling you, I got my drink and everything. It's something about this shit, bro. Like we used to joke about it. Like one of the things I used to like doing, you know, before I got fucking fat and you know older and stuff, whatever. I skate, bro. I used to roller skate. I used to roller skate 3-4 times a week, yo. I love roller skating. And I used to always joke around. I used to go on Sundays and I used to always joke around and say, oh, that's my church. Like this is my church. This is like, you know, my therapy. Like, and that's how I felt because no matter what was going on, I know I'm going skating at the end of the week. I'm straight. You know what I mean? I used to work overnight. So what I'd do, I'd go at 8 o'clock. It would open. Well, 7 o'clock it would open. I'd go at 7 and then I'd skate up until about 10:30. And then I start my overnight job at 11. So, you know, it was literally like I would go skating and then stay up all night and go to work or whatever. And I was doing that multiple times through the week. But you know, I would joke about it like it's my therapy. And I feel the same way with this podcast and stuff. Like it's my therapy, yo. And sometimes when you are talking with a whole bunch of different people, it is hard to kind of get your perspectives out. It is hard to kind of, you know, even think your own shit out loud. And sometimes just hearing your own stuff out loud can even help you put yourself in perspective without having another person, you know, try to do that for you or whatever. You try to, you know, do it off of their vibe or their feelings and shit. But yeah, man, big shout out to Harris is Drinking, man. I feel really good about this episode, man. It's 101, man. I kind of feel like it's going full circle. Like you know, we started off with the first episode. Me and Tiff were just talking about, you know, the George Floyd situation had just happened, and you know, all the stuff where everything was focused on race, and still the same. 4 years later, shit is still kind of the same, man. You know, stuff is focused more on race now, you know, and I don't care what anybody says. I know everybody says, oh, yeah, it's always been like that, blah, blah, whatever. But it seems like the focal points of it, it's like it's always goes back to that shit, man, no matter what. I know it's definitely an important thing, but it's just always, it's always talked about more than a lot of other times that I can remember. I don't fucking know. Maybe I don't pay attention to stuff. I think I do, but I just don't remember everything having to be such a focal point with race. If it's an agenda, it is what it is. But you know, it's a difficult way of looking at shit. Anyway, I was over here about to jump in and say some shit about you know, my week still, and I had an interesting week because I did something I never did in a while, and that was I took my 5-year-old to the library, the public library, man. And I'm not a reader like that. I haven't read a book really in a long time. You know, I post a lot of different things and throwback, you know, stuff that I used to love back in the day, especially when I was a kid, Ninja Turtles to, you know, different shows and stuff I used to watch, or even like snacks and shit we used to eat as kids in the 90s and stuff. But one thing I've been posting that I've been seeing a lot is the callbacks to the Goosebumps books with R.L. Stein and stuff like that. Man, yo, listen, I used to love those books. That was like one of the first like collector's things that I used to get, you know, Goosebumps, and just get the, you know, have all the numbers and all the numbers be lined up and you have like as many as you got or whatever. I used to love those kind of books. I used to read them all the time. And then I grew up and started reading other R.L. Stein books, the Fear Street. And Fear Street is actually, you know, going to be coming out with a new movie. Their movies on Netflix are phenomenal. So if you haven't seen them, definitely check them out. But yeah, we went to the library, man. It was a nice, fun like experience. And I don't know if you guys remember Arthur and shit. You know, remember Arthur? And me and Auntie Tiff over there singing it in the damn library like big ass dorks. If you having fun isn't hard if you have a library card. We were fucking jamming. And it was just fun, man. Because when I was a kid, I used to go to the public library and stuff like that. This is like, you know, before everybody like had computers in their house and shit like that, like on a regular. And or at least us, you know, we didn't have it yet. You know, we still had like, when I was like 6th grade, I think we had like a family computer and, you know, we AOL and all that shit or whatever. But before that, we used to go to the library. we had computer lab and stuff like that. When we were in elementary school, we would play the different games, Magic School Bus and stuff like that, little interactive games on the computer. So we get home, we want to still play that shit. My grandfather used to take us to the library. We used to, take out books, Arthur books, and I was telling my daughter while I was looking for her for young books, I'm looking for all the shit that I used to remember. Like, I was looking for like Amelia Bedelia and, just kid shit. I'm like, I remember all this stuff. We used to, read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, like all of that shit. I saw, I don't know if you guys remember the Mouse and the Motorcycle from Beverly Cleary. I used to love that shit, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with rats. I'm glad I don't got them. I'm glad it didn't like become like a hobby or some shit. But yeah, I used to love those books. And of course, then like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. I used to always get like those books off the movies and Jumanji. I remember I had those. But it was fun, like just spending time with my daughter. I sat and read her a book. And we got her a library card. We got some books. I'm gonna, when I get done, I'm gonna go and read her a book upstairs and everything like that before she goes to sleep. And she really enjoys it. She's homeschooled, so she does a whole bunch of different things. And we're trying to be the interactive homeschool parents. We're not just sitting on our ass and just, yeah, you're homeschooled, so you're never gonna do anything. Nah. She goes to gymnastics, like she goes and she actually does homeschooling with her family who does homeschooling as well. So she's doing a lot of different things. But yo, I got a book, man. I got a book, yo, and I'm not starting a book club or anything like that. I know we do a lot of stuff on the Beeline, but yeah, I got this, man. And I was searching for a while, like trying to find a book that I would read. Look at this shit, like I'm a scientist or something. But it caught my eye because, of course, it's from George A. Romero, man. It's called The Living Dead. It's a new novel. It says, I don't know how old this book is. I don't have like a lot of history on it. I just saw it. And I was like, I'm gonna check it out. I was in the R section because they go by, I don't know if libraries always did this, but they go by the names of the authors to find books and shit. So I was in the R section. I was looking for R.L. Stein, and I was looking for and then I was looking for Stephen King. But when I was looking for R.L. Stein, that's when I saw George A. Romero, and I was like, oh shit, he got a book or whatever. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna actually start reading it tonight. It's just it's different, bro. If I didn't have kids, I never would have probably went to the library again in my damn life. But not because I hate reading or anything, but it's just you don't think about stuff like that. But I was in the library all the time, and I remember the experience of just like, the library we had was pretty dope too, because it was like, there was magic shows, there was a whole bunch of different shit that we used to do in there. So it was fun, like sharing that experience with my daughter, and kind of having a little us time. And we took pictures and just showed her first experience. She was super excited. You forget as a parent, bro, the kids, they haven't experienced this shit yet. You know what I mean? Like, we're used to it. We're used to getting up and doing stuff, but they're all excited when they wake up. They're ready to go, do everything. Everything's fun to them. Washing dishes. Wash dishes and shit. I'm like, wash dishes. You gonna hate that shit in like 5 years. Start now. Leave me alone. But yeah, man. Speaking of kids, yo, so. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, tonight, and I had a video. I don't know if I plugged it up, but speaking of kids, man, I've spoke on here many of times about I wasn't the best kid. I wasn't the worst kid. I wasn't the best kid. I definitely did a lot of shit. I got in a lot of situations, and I was trouble. My kids are definitely not me in any type of way. They're definitely not me at all. They got their shit they do, but nowhere near like in the street and shit like that or whatever, doing reckless shit or whatever. That was me. I was reckless, really reckless when I was younger. But I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know if it's just I'm just paying attention to it now because I'm older, but it's just different with the kids that I'm seeing now, man. I don't know if you guys have been seeing like these videos of like these teachers in school where they're literally like getting beat the fuck up by these students and stuff like that or whatever. And it's just real crazy, man, like the way they're talking. And I know I say it's crazy because when I say it, because I try not to be like a hypocrite or at least try to acknowledge it, because I know schools that I came from, like it was wild. Like we've seen some really crazy shit. Like I've seen teachers get hit in the head with fucking dictionaries. This one student, I remember this fucking kid, he came in and he was like, I think he like stayed back, but he came, a Spanish kid, glasses, and he came in, he was like real reckless. And we had this one teacher that I remember we liked. He was like a teacher's aide. He would come in. He reminded us of Jim Carrey. He's a white guy, and we were in like a hood school. But he was like one of those cool white guys that everybody was just cool with. He was cool as shit. But everybody got along with him. But this one kid, and you could just tell he had like anger issues, and he was just a problem. It's a problem kid, man. But he had fought this guy or whatever. I'm like, man, you fought Mr. Fletcher, whatever the fuck his name was. You fought him, blah blah. And yeah, he was just wild, bro. But I saw this video where this kid and his teacher were arguing, and the teacher was like sitting down, and I think it was a woman. I think it was a woman. I think it was a woman because looked like she had titties from sitting down. I don't know. She was like older woman, but she was kind of sitting there and just kind of like, yeah, whatever, okay, kind of like not giving too much attitude, but just being kind of nonchalant. And apparently this kid has smacked shit out the teacher or whatever, and they kind of was showing the video of the aftermath, and he was just standing there. I told you I smacked the shit out of you. I told you shut the fuck up, blah blah blah, and this and that. And I'm just watching it, bro. I'm fucking almost 40 years old, and I'm just watching this kid just fucking reckless, bro. Like just reckless. And all of these thoughts are going through my head, yo. The thoughts, some of the main ones are just like, what the fuck do teachers do in this situation, yo? One of the reasons why I never would ever be like a teacher or anything like that or whatever. Let me see what he's saying. What are you talking when you was a kid? You're an overgrown kid now. Yo, listen, I'm definitely that. I'm still wild. But yo, one of the things I was thinking about was like, as I saw this kid just recklessly talking to this older lady, person of authority, that they're supposed to at least, I'm saying, okay, you yell at the teacher, you do that shit, like that's just kind of part of the job for them. They're young kids figuring shit out. But how far, man? How far do you just, be, degraded by these fucking little students in this class, bro? Like, I could never deal with that shit. I know my tolerance level is nowhere near having enough patience or understanding, even if I get it. Like, I'm not sitting here going to work every day just to be fucking disrespected and dogged out. Now you hitting me? Like, listen, bro. I'm sorry. So, I don't understand, like, what's the process? I don't understand what the problem is. What's the process behind it? I know, you hear a lot of stories about, kids going through a lot of shit. At home, kids have problems. Kids go through, different mental states, and of course, they are learning and shit like that or whatever. But how far do you go before you kind of are an understanding parent, where it's like, if somebody hit my kid, like two of my oldest are still in public school and they're in middle school. They're going to be 8th graders next year. They're finishing out 7th grade right now. And if I went to school and found out that a teacher hit my child, you could fucking forget about it. Like, I already know that situation would be, severely dealt with. But it's like, after seeing these videos, like, I have to ask questions. And I don't think I would have been that person before. I think that the attitude that I would have had 10 years ago would have been, I would have heard that a teacher hit my kid. A teacher hit my kid? I don't give a fuck what they did. A teacher hit my kid. I go into school, they be trying to tell me a story, and I be trying to choke this motherfucker out. It would just be like, I think that would be my mentality before. I don't care what you did. I'm going to fucking hurt you because you should never put your hands on my kid, whatever. But now it's weird. I have this weird kind of concept where it's like, I feel like if I found out a teacher, put their hands on my child or something like that or whatever in any kind of way, I feel like I would be calm enough, to a degree, to try to get the facts and the details of why this shit happened. Because of like looking around and seeing like the world around me and shit, bro. These fucking kids is wild, yo. These kids are wild. And whenever you say stuff like that, people always hit you with, oh, you were wild too. And yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But when you think about it, man, the only thing I can come up with just off my head, just off the top, I haven't thought about this shit all day. Just off the top, like, you have so much more influence, bro. You have so much more influence that you're consistently seeing, yo. Maybe back in the day, and I always say shit like this, maybe back in the day you watch a TV show that was violent. Maybe back in the day you played a video game that was violent, had bad language in it, had this and that or whatever. maybe back in the day you had those kind of, things that would inspire you to do some shit maybe you're not supposed to do. The TV shows with the episodes with the kids doing drugs. Hey, it's a corny ass. Hey, Billy wants some pot. Yeah, yes, it's the bee's knees and all that shit. But now it's like there's so much influence. There's so much influence, yo. You from social media, still the same shit we had before. You still got TV, you still got this, still got that, but now you got so much added influence. On top of not just added influence in the form of you can watch multiple videos of other people doing shit at all times, bro. All times. You can watch news from all over the world. You can watch so many different types of video and educational fucking material, whatever you want to call it, from all over, man. And also be connected to motherfuckers even more than you ever have been in the same way. So it's like I feel like our shit from when we were, early 90s or whatever, before you really got into cell phones, before you really got into home computers and all of that shit or whatever, for the most part, we were dealing with the shit that was in front of us. We were dealing with the stuff that was in front of us, and that was about it. Like, it wasn't, you watch a TV show, it was that in front of you. It wasn't anything really deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you read a book, it was that. Got your neighbor down the street, okay, and your, radius, that's where you at. That's what you were getting. You go to school, that's where you at. But now it's that plus the engagement. And I'm not trying to just be the person who's just like, the internet is the problem or social media is the problem. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, I think that that's the reason why I feel like it's elevated. I feel like there's a lot more influence for, a lot of shit, not just kids being bad. I mean, it's also to go other side of the spectrum. You got a lot of motivation for kids who want to, clean up parks and, do certain things, make the world better. You got a lot of influence for that in the same way. You see these videos and stuff like that or whatever, and some kids are like, hey, I'm not interested in this bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with this. Oh, the people who look like they're making a difference. They're making a change. So it swings both ways. It's not, just that. But of course, you see the reckless and wild stuff, the stuff that you have to be aware of because it's dangerous. It's cause for concern. So you pay attention to that stuff a little bit more. There's no doubt about it. And when you see kids like, hitting teachers and shit like that or whatever, like, you have to start understanding, like, hey, these kids aren't just innocent angels as much as they were previously. And I know that's hard to hear for a lot of people, yo. A lot of people will attack that subject very fast. Like, oh, no, they are. You have to blah, blah, blah. A lot of people go by cliche shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they take the time because they don't like the way something is said. They don't like the way that something sounds or something looks. So they try to attack it immediately so you can understand what's right and what's wrong and, shit like that. But if you want to be honest and you want to, openly kind of broaden your perspective and shit, yeah, you got to admit, man, it's a lot more, knowledge that, the younger generations that are being brought up, the influences that they have are way broader. There's no way to put that shit in any other way, man. They're way broader. And I think, seeing the attitudes that maybe you want to, it goes from just, oh, I saw the guy in the movie, I want to be like that or whatever. I saw this or whatever. Now it's just multiple, videos of people doing shit and constantly amateur shit, not even just like real stuff or whatever. But I think that that's a big reason why there's so much more aggressiveness in these areas. Part of the issue is there is infinitely more influences than when we was kids. Yep. And we had limited cable and what we saw around us. Now there's internet and plus peer pressure is much harsher. Yes, yeah, peer pressure is definitely much harsher, JC. I definitely agree with that. It's weird because and people say it all the time, like, back in the day it was when you got to school, and you had your peer pressure there. Maybe you had your peer pressure at your baseball game, whatever you had, around that, your activities around that. But for the most part, once you got out of school and shit like that and you stopped seeing people, that was it. You may call some people on the phone, friends or whatever you hung out with. But the people that you didn't want to be around, for the most part, they were away from you once you got out of school. But, with the internet, that's why you had that big boom of like, kids having big ass problems and stuff like that when MySpace and stuff started coming around. And even like AOL, like the home pages and shit. You remember all those? You used to decorate it yourself and stuff like that. I think there was a lot of more connection you was getting reached with other kids in those areas as well. But yeah, I firmly agree with you, bro. It's easier to kind of it's easier to kind of get to somebody if you want to, either you want to find them for good reasons or find them for negative shit too. So I think they definitely have to deal with a lot more pressure, from kids or whatever, a lot more stuff like that, a lot more knowledge with kids doing even more shit and finding reckless ways to do stuff or whatever, maybe more dangerous ways to do stuff here. Kids in relationships and they're fucking murdering their girlfriends and stuff like that. Bro, it's fucking crazy, yo. Like it's really difficult to know that stuff is all around. That's and I'm not gonna lie, like I say all the time, like that's one of the reasons why I wanted to, my homeschool my last child that we had, and she's 5 now, and she's been doing it for a year, and it's going really well. Well, better than I thought it was gonna go, I'll be honest with you. But it's going really well, and I just don't want to deal with it no more. Be honest, I went through public school. My whole family, I grew up with a lot of kids around me, man. I had a lot of fun. I had really good times. I wasn't the best kid, but I saw a lot of shit, and I know a lot of shit, and I have the option to not, surround myself. I feel like every time I have an episode too, I don't know why when it's like an open episode, probably because I'm dealing with it in life. But we always kind of, revert to this conversation in some form. But it's true, man. It's true. But it was one thing I've been really thinking about a lot was why are these kids so disrespectful, man? Like, why are these kids so damn disrespectful? Like, to speak, and then you got kids that are just amazing, motherfuckers, working and doing amazing jobs and stuff like that. I can't go to a McDonald's or any of that shit, without seeing like some kids just don't give a shit about you, don't care about your food, just throw it on the floor and stuff like that. But you got some kids who like take their stuff really seriously and doing well, trying to prepare for life, trying to better their future and stuff like that. You still have that. But you see so much of the damn negative shit, man. Kids cursing out old people. And I don't know, man. I know I was reckless when I was younger. Maybe I'm just kind of facing facts like, damn, was that me? Yeah. I was wild when I was a kid. But I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like it's more influenced now. Could just be my feelings, but that's kind of how it is, man. That was a big thing that I saw when I saw the one video. I don't know if y'all saw the video. It was a video where it was a teacher. Now the teacher was wrong in this shit. Damn, I wish I would have had it. I think I had it queued up, but it was a teacher where it was a. Let me see. Do I got this shit? Let me see. All right, let me see. I think this is it. Check this shit out. Check this shit out.
So you say that shit, what's up, bro? You say that shit, bro? You say that shit or what? I'm telling you, right?
Hey, y'all, that wasn't a bar. That wasn't a fucking bar. That wasn't a family party or some shit. That was school, bro. That was one of the videos that I definitely saw. The other video, I don't think I have the other one with the lady and the guy, but seeing that video right there is fucking crazy, bro. Because it's weird. I'm trying to make sure I say it right. It's weird that I get both perspectives, yo. It's weird that I get both perspectives. It's one of those weird situations where it's like the guy is a teacher. Of course, the teacher's in the wrong. Here's the shit. Why is he in the wrong? And then this is where everybody feels like they're fucking, they know everything and shit. Oh, because he's older and this and that. Absolutely. We all know it. We all know he's the older one. Oh, that's his part of his job. He shouldn't have took it if he didn't want. Absolutely. That's, of course, it's a given. You know what I'm saying? Here's the shit that you consider, with a little bit of a broader perspective, if you want to have a broader perspective. Bro, that motherfucker goes to work every day, takes shit from them kids to feed his family for a livelihood, whatever. It's no excuse at all, because you can't allow yourself to get in that situation. But you also have to understand that shit happens, bro. And I think that's the biggest fucking portion of that's the biggest thing I think I'm kind of getting a little bit frustrated with about talking with different people, where people kind of act like shit doesn't happen, and even though they're aware of it, they don't include it in their rationalizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you understand what I'm saying, like, you see a video like that, and immediately, there's people out there who will just immediately, oh, but the teacher, nope, I don't want to hear nothing else but the teacher. Got it. And they're fucking right. You know what I'm saying? They're right. It's not even that they're wrong with shit like that or whatever. But if you just want to know who's right and know who's wrong, and that's it, that's your fucking, that's how you live life, that's what helps you, congratulations, man. I don't know how you're ever going to fix the problem. You're too busy just, basically, labeling it and shit. Like, hey, listen, that's it. That's wrong. That's what it is. It doesn't matter. Doesn't care. That's your shit. But somebody who looks back and says, damn, man, that teacher must have been going to that fucking school, as he was brand new. He must have been going to that school every day and just dealing with shit, these kids. And this one day, man, it was the one day. Maybe his cat died that morning. Maybe his wife just left him. What the fuck ever. No, I don't care. It doesn't matter if you care or not. It happens. It fucking happens, bro. Maybe nothing happened. Maybe that motherfucker just hit the lottery. And he said, man, fuck you kids. I'm tired of everybody in this motherfucker. You want to come at me? You could tell he was done. It's crazy because you sit there and if they showed me that shit and that was my son and him, and I'm sitting there, I see the video and that's my kid. This nigga's beating my son in the head with a fucking phone. Of course, the feelings are gonna be there because it's my kid and shit. I'm like, I'm all, ready to go. But looking at it and understanding the teacher side, it's like, damn, man, you gotta deal with these fucking kids every day, bro. I couldn't do it. How do you do it? You know what I'm saying? It does make you look at them in a different perspective. It also makes you respect them in a different perspective. Not the ones who are like, sexual shit and all that. And fuck that. That's different. That's always going to be a different conversation. That's a different conversation. There's not much you can say in that fucking realm. But when it comes to like, just dealing with the disrespect and having kids hit you and that shit right there, yeah, fuck you. I'll quit that. You say stuff like that, like, I'll quit that shit in 5 minutes and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you got to remember, like, you quit your job, you can't pay your bills, you can't support your family, you can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's easy to say, I'll quit. Yeah, good luck, motherfucker. Like, you'll quit immediately, even if you get another job. It takes 2 weeks to start. You're already missing paychecks. And if you don't got rent when rent is due, your ass is out in the street. So everybody's I'll do this, I'll do that, and fucking, opinionated stand until reality happens. So it's just interesting to really think about the perspectives, The teacher should have done what most of us preach, walk away and try to calm down, let cooler heads prevail. Oh, yeah. If you need other adult involvement, go find some, but that just escalated way too fast. Yeah, man. And it's true, bro. Like, there's no doubt about it. The teacher's in the wrong, bro. Like, that's definitely, I'm just trying to think deeper, man. I'm just trying to think deeper, because I think it's one of the problems where if you don't, like, let's just say you have a situation where, let's just take this one. Like, let's just say you have people who come and they analyze this now and they say, oh, the teacher. And fucking teacher is just fucking, criminalized. And this is what it is. Like, he fucked up. He knows that there ain't shit he can do about it. He might give charges. He got a whole bunch of shit he faces now. He fucked up. But let's just say that's all we focus on. The teacher and what the teacher did wrong. If we don't pay attention to what the kid did, we don't pay attention to why the teacher did it. If we don't pay attention to all the other factors to try to help this situation, then you're just fucking passing judgment. You're not trying to fix or find a solution or a different way to do something or a measure to take so something like this doesn't happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, bro, I've said this on one of our earlier shows, and I don't remember a conversation where I said it as much as I said it. I'm gonna say it again. We're human, bro. At the end of the day, I think people kind of forget that even the judge that is sentencing you in court, the cop that's writing you a ticket, all of this shit, you put these motherfuckers on pedestals because their label is what is on that pedestal. Really, the policeman that pulls you over, he's supposed to have all these morals and all these values and all this shit. And yes, of course, by definition and design, that is exactly what they're supposed to have. But if you just go by that logic and don't let the other little bit of fucking reality seep in, that even though he's supposed to have all that shit, a lot of times a motherfucker might be having a bad day. A lot of times a motherfucker might not be feeling all. A lot of times maybe this motherfucker cheated on his test. And now he's the fucking person that's writing your ticket. And one wrong move, this motherfucker's ready to abuse his power and do all of this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? With that mentality, you go a little further because you don't just live off the mantra and shit. You don't just live off the cliche. Cop, do gooder. Teacher, teach. That's it. Be good to students no matter what. Nah, man. At the end of the fucking day, that person is still a human being with emotions and feelings and difficulties and problems and stress and you know what I'm saying? Like it's and there's no right or wrong in the conversation. It's just that's what the fuck it is. And I just feel like, we really got to start being a little bit more honest with ourselves and each other. Because like you just said, JC, like, you have to, everybody knows the right way to do shit, from a distance. Everybody knows how to do something the right way. Man, if that was me, I'd have walked away. Man, if that was me, you got all the answers to shit. Passenger seat driving and shit. At the end of the day, it takes those heat of the moment moments, man. Those heat of the moment moments to figure out what you really would do. And that's some scary shit. It gives you no time to really, test out or adjust, man. I think I've told this story before, but I haven't been really in any accidents in my, time in driving. Since I started driving, I've had like very, very minor, small things that have happened. One guy had kind of sideswiped me a little bit when I was driving to work one night. Small shit, real small. I fell asleep a little bit when I was going home in traffic, and I kind of tapped this guy's bumper. Really, really, we didn't like fucking go anywhere with it. But one time when I was driving, I used to drive a freezer truck, and I used to deliver ice cream and stuff like that to Walgreens and Family Dollars and shit like that in Atlanta. And I was driving, man, and we were on this long stretch of road where it had like a divider in between. And then there was another stretch of road on the other way. So it was long ass fucking stretch of road. And I was coming to a point where the guy, it was like a intersection. And a guy was on the other way about to come around through the divider. And I was driving either, straight away. There's no lights or nothing. But he was getting ready to turn. So I was going. But this motherfucker was turning as I was going. And I'm in this big ass truck. So I'm not in a regular, car or anything like that or whatever. And all I remember is seeing the guy and knowing that he was about to go. He was going to keep going. There was no doubt about it. Like I saw the action. I saw his car. I'm like, wait a minute. This motherfucker's not moving. And it's one of the biggest examples of just when it feels like time slowed the fuck down. Everything that happened was probably like 3-4 seconds, yo. But it felt like everything was so much more engaged and involved. Like I remember seeing the dude turn the wheel, and I remember my thought process. And this is where I was like, I definitely got some fight or flight shit because I was ready to like, oh shit. But I remember thinking like, wait a minute, I'm in a truck. If I do that, I'm going to fucking flip it and this and that. And I had all of these fucking rationalizations coming to my head. And at the same time where I'm like, I got to avoid fucking getting hit. So I had just wound up kind of just veering off a little bit. And he just really sideswiped the shit out of the truck. I was fine. I didn't get hurt or anything like that or whatever. He just kind of completely scraped the whole side of the truck really. And I just kind of pulled over with the truck or whatever. I didn't know the damage. I didn't hit nothing. I was completely fine. But I just remember, like, thinking about it afterwards, like, damn, like, I remember thinking the first instinct I had was, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck knows? I'd have fucking did that, flipped the whole truck, blah, 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 went all crazy and stuff like that or whatever. But I remember having just enough composure to just to think about it. Wait a minute, if I fucking turn this wheel hard, I'm gonna flip this shit. Let me just ease over. And I did it and it worked, man. But it was just interesting to know, like, in that heat of the moment, like, I was able to process that shit. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of people, there's people who, get into even deeper situations than that. And you don't have the time to process, or you don't have the level-headedness to process that situations and stuff like that or whatever. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you're on your last leg and you're like, listen, fuck this. I'm going full throttle and I'm just wilding. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios, man. But yeah, I mean, I really think that I have no answers, so I'm literally just talking about shit. But if I had to say anything, I would definitely say this. These teachers deserve, a lot of respect, the good ones. The good ones, man. I watch a lot of TV and movies and shit like that or whatever. And one thing you see in the movies and stuff like that, you don't see it as much like in real life. You hear about it sometimes, but, like, there's some really good teachers out there that really take care of kids, man. And even IG Tiff is one of the ones where, she didn't have the best life at home, and I say this shit all the time, and she doesn't bother her or anything like that or whatever. But she didn't have the best life at home, and she really looked forward to school, man. She looked forward to going to school and being with friends and stuff like that, because it was a little bit of a better life than what she was having at home at the time. And there's teachers that take care of you, man. There's teachers that'll be there for you when you need to do better for yourself and take time with you to help you and maybe teach you some stuff that, maybe even the curriculum's not teaching you, or curriculum or whatever it's called. And they can be very helpful and beneficial for your development, man. And hats go off. Flowers need to be given to a lot more of those, educators that are out there really trying to help, build our generations, man. The kids are going to be here when we're not here. And I'm not trying to sound on no goofy president shit, bro, but I'm just saying, man, it's the truth, yo. And when you see these kids out here with just straight blatant fucking disrespect, like for no reason, especially when it's like goofy shit, like trying to impress TikTok or Instagram, followers, and you're just being disrespectful, or you're walking around fucking with people in the supermarkets, and it's going even above, like, hey, you just got to like a little joke, with somebody you don't know their fucking day or anything like that or whatever, but you're actively touching them or pushing them or touching their stuff. And it's just too much, man. It's just too fucking much, bro. I don't understand why it's like why it's being allowed like so regular, man. But at the end of the day, I don't fucking know, man. I'm fortunate I had some teachers that led by example, like this guy should have, and we became friends. And there's a few I'm still in contact with all these years later. Yeah, bro. I mean, there definitely is some really good teachers out there that you can grow some really nice bonds with. I had a teacher. One of our teachers' name was Miss Blow. Miss Blow was really cool, man. Big black lady, church going lady, and Miss Blow ain't take no shit. She had to deal with us, man, and we was wild. We come from Cleveland Middle School in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and it was a wild fucking school. Like, we definitely had a lot of stuff going on. But she was just one of those teachers that, even though we was all kind of reckless and wild, man, she knew how to handle us, man. It was there's black women, the strong, especially the big black women, cook the chicken up and do the family Sunday dinners and shit like that or whatever. And you ain't fucking with them, bro. They got all the families and the cousins and stuff like that at the house, and they know how to handle, like, some black kids running around and being reckless and wild. But Miss Blow was real good to us, man. She was real cool with our families, real cool with JD the Mouth. Shout out to Miss Blow, man. I mean, we had some pretty good ones, man. I also had some really bad teachers too. A couple of bad teachers that, like I said, I was bad. I know I was bad, but I've had some teachers that just straight up gave the fuck up on me. They were like, I don't want to deal with you. I remember in fourth grade one year, they transferred me out of the fucking class. I had to go through a different class. It was like always two grades, like, I had two fourth grade classes or whatever. And Mr. Zolan, fuck that old ass thing, he's probably dead. But Mr. Zolan transferred me out of his class. I don't think he ever liked me. I mean, probably for good reason, thinking back on it now. But Yeah, I don't think he ever liked me. But they transferred me into Miss Nicoletta's class, and she was pretty cool. But shout out to the teachers that's holding it down, bro. Y'all deserve it, man, because wild ones. And also, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say this part. Just because I don't like people talking shit so much. But I'm gonna be real with you, yo. Let me be real with you, Beeline. If you're a teacher and you walking in the classroom and you saying, "Hi, my name is Jenny, Smith or whatever, and my pronouns are this and that and them and there or whatever the fuck you say." Listen, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I feel like you should be a fucking teacher, yo. I know. If this clip gets out and the right people hear that, Brian B, blah blah, this and that. I'm sorry, yo. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm just giving my opinion about how I feel. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen to me. I don't know what to tell you. But I just feel like a big part of shit is life is confusing now, man. I mean, life has always been confusing, especially like at a young age, but there's so much more now. Like the basic shit is confusing now, man. The basic shit is confusing now. And I know there's a group of people out there who deal with different things that other people may not deal with, man. There's a group of people out there who special needs, and they need assistance in different ways that other kids do. And and you do what you can. You do what you can to help out and make them as accommodated as possible, because they were born into the world and they just need a little extra help, yo. And that's what it is. And I'm not saying it's going in a bad direction, but I know what I'm saying is it's genuine. There's people that are different. I think that's the best way to say it, like safely. There are people that are different out here, and it's not a fault. It's not it's not a negative. But I just feel like some people are overcomplicating fucking life, man. I feel like some people are just overcomplicating life. I feel like there are genuine people out here who are just dealing with their identity, and maybe even struggling with their identity in certain ways, and they're just trying to be accommodated in the most respectful and balanced way that they can, so they can feel normal living in the world, and just trying to accept their differences and their changes and who they are. Man, there's nothing fucking wrong with that, yo. But it's just these people who just need constant gratification and accommodation, man. It's just fucking with me, yo. And you can't really, just like serial killers and shit, you can't pick them out of a crowd. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of just come across them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever had a conversation with a motherfucker who don't eat like, a certain type of food or some shit like that, whatever, and they kind of degrade it in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you eat that? Oh man, I haven't eaten that in years. He's like, well, what, motherfucker? Don't fucking judge me, bitch. I'm doing what I gotta do, whatever. And he say something. Oh, how you doing, ma'am? Excuse me, but I'm not a ma'am. What makes you think that I? What? Yeah, it's just certain shit I just don't got patience for. And that's just me. That's just me. I'll never disrespect anybody who's just like, if you want to politely, yeah, no, excuse me. I just want to say, I just don't really like to, go by gender role. All right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably not gonna be dealing with you too long anyway. But I would never like get into a conversation with them, like, hey, let me talk to you about why that is. And I was like, no, listen, bro, you do what the fuck you want. I really don't care what you do stuff. But to know my kids are going to school and they're getting Miss Brady, and Miss Brady's no longer Miss Brady, they're they Brady, or I don't even know how to fucking say it. Like, I don't even know how. I don't know, man. I'm confused. I know they fucking confused. You know what I'm saying? And then they coming back home and you're trying to tell them. I mean, and I'm saying this also knowing that there's like, the other, side of the conversation where where I think there are people may relate it in a way, but people saying things like, oh, well, race and, it's kind of similar to that. Or you meet an Indian kid in school and he says, oh, my name is, Kandari or something like that. And they're like, Kandari, that's not our name, and blah, blah. And It's interesting because that's a fucking conversation. You like it or not. Like, you got to have a open discussion about it. If you're reasonable, if you're just an asshole, then fuck that Liam and that person and that other person too. But if you want to be like, you want to try to be, a decent person, like you want to try to address, everybody's kind of like, stuff or whatever. For the most part, don't go crazy doing it. But I don't know. So shit is way more complicated than it needs to be. In my opinion, bro, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck, yo. It's just more difficult, and that's another reason why I'm trying to do more. Self. What the hell is it called? Like, man, just gardening and just doing a whole bunch of shit like that or whatever. We were even thinking about buying chickens and stuff like that. Just trying to, self-sufficiency. Trying to be that way. If I could, I'd take my oldest kids, and just homeschool them as well, just finish it off. But I just don't like how everything is being formulated, to a degree, especially with our kids, man. They're gonna grow up and fucking be real. And some things they're gonna be a lot better at, as far as accepting and maybe not as much bullying and shit like that or whatever, which is a great thing for sure. But there's gonna be also some things where it's just like, you don't never want to have people accepting fucking everything. Just accepting it, just have to accept everything. That's not good either. It's two sides of the spectrum. But yeah, listen, guys, that was kind of the shit that I wanted to talk about today. And it feels good. Shit feels good, man. It feels good to have this conversation. It feels good to just like, sit back and just release the brain, yo. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, man. I hope you guys, listen, if you disagree with me, jump in the comments like JC's been all night and talk with me about, even if you think I'm wrong, and I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you agree with me, you want to say your story or whatever while I'm talking, you can. But I'm feeling this, man. I like this a lot more. I like this a lot more than certain things that I've been doing. We've been on for 4 years now, and I'm doing what I enjoy, man. One other thing I know we had two other topics. A big topic that we have this year is definitely the election. I'm not big with politics and all that shit or whatever. It's all a game, bro. It's a game. It's literally red and blue. It's a fucking game. Oh man, it's a fucking game. I don't care what y'all say. It's a game. Literally, what's it called? Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. You're literally just picking a side, and then you see them with their agenda and trying to dig at each other. Don't vote for him. He likes this. Don't vote for that guy. He likes that. It's like, shut the fuck up. The common denominator that I'm noticing, and I think that the world is noticing, and if you're not noticing it, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. But these old ass people, man. These old, all of them. Even the reporters who are doing the news for them, they're just fucking old, man. Listen, bro, I'm sorry to say it like this, but people who are ready to vote. Listen, I'm gonna say this shit. Fuck it. I know this is like a topic that people don't like to talk about, whatever, but I'm gonna say it. This is how I feel. I don't vote anyway, so there you go. Take that for what it is. People who are ready to vote for Joe Biden, after just having eyes, like you have eyes and like a TV or something where you can watch this guy and see him on TV and just see everything about him. And I don't mean his character. I don't mean none of that shit. You know what I mean? I mean just his mannerisms and his activity. This motherfucker is old, bro. And it goes back to that shit where I was saying before, like, we're all human. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all human. And I know these guys have like, a party and, this and that. You got other people, whatever. But this is the person that we're like, the head commander in chief and shit. And just to see this guy just like disintegrating before our fucking eyes, man, it's just crazy, bro. And then you have like, Trump and, people are super Trump, Trump's supporters and they love him. And I love that guy so much and blah, blah, blah. And listen, man, congratulations, man. Y'all just voting for y'all popular fucking character, yo. The most popular character. Who's the best? Some people have more information. Some people have whatever Fox News and CNN is fucking feeding y'all in y'all face or whatever. Some people doing some research. Some people voting for third parties and shit like that. Hey, listen, have fun, man. Have fun. But I don't believe in this shit. I don't believe in this shit. I don't think any one of them motherfuckers is running anything. I think they're a handful of people that just sit in rooms and talk about what the real motherfuckers want to talk about. Get the agenda and the paperwork, and that's just where it's going. Yo, since you went there, did you see Dick Van Dyke going off about the immunity trial? Nah, bro. JC, I'll be real, bro. I don't watch any of that shit really. And when I say that, I'm not saying it like I'm ignorantly talking right now. I'm just saying like I didn't see that at all. But as far as like sitting here like watching shit, like I'll check some stuff out. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like politics. I'll check shit out. Like I'll never sit there and just watch CNN, or I'll never sit there and like there's a couple documentaries I've watched about just certain things. There's some videos that I watched that, about like especially about like voting and stuff like that or whatever. Like I understand those processes. But as far as just like, paying attention to the drama with politics, you can fucking forget about it. Like I'll see a post or I'll see a flyer or some shit about it, you know what I'm saying, or a report about it. And that's about as far as it's going for me. I'm looking at the headline and I'm like, oh, really? That's happening? Okay. Dick Van Dyke going off. And Dick Van Dyke goes, you another one. See, the old ass motherfucker. Niggas a million, yo. Dick Van Dyke is like the oldest living TV person in the fucking planet, yo. Sit down. It's just too much, yo. At the same time, you can't have no 20-year-old. We all be fucked really too. Freeing everything. Just free everything. Free the world. We'd all be fucked, man. There's gotta be like a 40-year-old dude out there that's like, yo, listen, I get this shit. Let's all do better and try harder. It's gotta be a 40-year-old motherfucker out there somewhere that's ready to just take over and say, listen, let me run this bitch. These old ass people with their silly games. Like it matters anyway, like right, like I'm saying anyway, because you got. I think here's what I really think. I think that you can do well, and you can do good in the seat. Like if you're a good person, you can come in and you can try to influence some ideas and you can try to influence some change as well. I think that it can be done. I don't know how far you'll get. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how well that will be done, but I don't know. I just don't have trust in this shit no more, yo. I don't have trust in this shit. I'm only 40. I'm not, super up there yet or whatever, but I think it's a decent age to kind of be able to formulate a decent opinion about shit that I've seen so far in the world. And I'm not going to tell my kids not to vote. It's kind of just the world they're in. I'm gonna let them just, I'm gonna share with them the information that I've gathered or what I've seen, and just same thing I tell them with everything else, unless it's dangerous. Like, I usually just tell them, good night, baby. I usually just tell them to, just try your best and pay attention. This is what I know. And, but, learn your shit. Because I think we've all been at that point when we were getting like 13, 14, where, you had what you've been told your whole life. And then, you have your experiences that you start to learn. You get out there a little bit more and you start to learn a little bit more on your own. And then you kind of, back and forth, kind of compare and contrast it a little bit. So it's interesting. But I hope my kids do that. I hope my kids really, take a lot of the stuff that I've taught them, plus stuff that they gain on their own experiences. I don't fucking know everything, especially with the changing world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you forget about that shit to do. That's why I'm so against, like, the old ass people, because the world's consistently changing, bro. By the time we're 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, the kids are going through so much shit, and I'm pretty up to date on stuff, but there's still stuff that's passing me by right now. So by the time I'm 60, 70, and all that shit, and I'm over here trying to run the planet, like, fuck you, man. It's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way, man. Oh, man. But yeah, just talking about these old people in the White House. It is an election year, so it's always going to be something, bro. It's going to be real interesting getting to the end of this year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, who's going to win, and what's going to be next or whatever. Also, man, yo, listen, we're gonna close out tonight. I'm gonna talk about this topic right here. Just where have y'all ever thought of this? I don't know. I think it just kind of happens and then people just kind of catch on or whatever. But I'm getting kind of tired also of, in my little rant, my little vent session and shit. I'm getting kind of tired of, like, the catchphrases the catchphrases, bro. With you hear a lot of people saying catchphrases that just kind of catch on out of nowhere, and people just start saying them, and then they just get overly used continuously, and it's weird because it is this gonna sound crazy, right? But I do use that as a way to kind of read people a little bit. Somebody who here's an example. Somebody who uses a lot of catchphrases that you speak to them. Maybe it's a person maybe it's a person that you just hear talk a lot at work or some shit, whatever. You just hear them or whatever, and you hear them use a lot of cliche shit or catchphrase shit. The one of the newest ones out there is that a lot of people I hear say all the time, and I fucking can't stand it. Oh, stop playing in his face. Oh, he was playing in that person's face. Oh man, he thought he could play in your face. Listen, bro, just shut the fuck up. I'm just so tired of people that ain't fucking shut up. Just shut up, man. I'm just so tired of people in their catchphrase and cliche bullshit. And it's just like that shit just came out and somebody said it, and then everybody just caught on. Yeah, we're gonna say this now. I remember a couple years back, it was I'm living my best life. I'm living, and everybody fucking saying it. No, I'm just gonna live my best life. And then it was the what else? What else was there? What were some ones that I just like every fucking time? And then I'll be talking to somebody, and I'll be having a conversation with somebody. Yeah, I'm living my best life. And I'm like, you didn't say that a couple years ago. You never said that before. Then you're just one of them people that then you catch those people that are just constantly like every couple of months their vocabulary changes, and they just catch on to the newest trending shit. And I remember when people Kevin Hart was one of the first ones that I heard say the turn up. I remember when that turn up shit was like the big thing or whatever. And he came on, I think it was like an award show, and he was on stage, he was drinking, he was having fun. Right when that like Think Like a Man movie came out. I think that was around that time. And he was on the stage, he was saying, turn up. And then everybody started saying, turn up. Oh, we about to turn up. And before that, it was like, yo, we about to party, we about to we about to get lit, we about to do this, whatever. And it's just constantly just some old shit. Yo, Yeet been around for a long time, yo. Yeet been around for a long time. You watch wrestling, bro. He was over there, Logan Paul and Jey Uso. Logan Paul kind of cooked Jey Uso a little bit. That's for tomorrow's show. But Yeet been around for a little while. I didn't even know how long that's been out. Apparently, Yeet. I don't even know what the shit means. It's like more like an action, isn't it? Like Yeet. Like when you throw something and you fucking just extremely do something or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, Yeet is not that bad. That's like a word. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's more the phrases for me. A word that's bad that I can't stand is when girls say that period shit. That period with a T on the end of it. Period. Shut the fuck up, man. Just shut up. What do men say? Men got goofy shit too. I remember one time, here's the last story of the night. I remember, like, I've always felt this way. This isn't fucking brand new. I remember one time I was doing cable, and that God's Plan song from Drake had just came out. And I never liked that fucking song. That God's Plan song came out, and this girl was talking to her fucking friend on the bed while I was doing their cable or whatever. I was kind of walking through the house, setting everything up. And she was talking, and then she said, she was part of the conversation. She was like, yeah, but you got to remember, that's just God's plan. That's God's plan. And she kept saying it. And I don't know if maybe, I didn't know her, but it was just like the coincidence was just too much. And I was just saying to myself, like, this nigga comes out with a song and just changes the way the whole fucking demographic talks. It's like, I just hate the fact that we're that easily influenced, yo. I don't know I think that's what it really is that bothers me. This motherfucker is just so easily influenced, yo. You see something, you're like, that's cool. I want to use it all the time. And just to me, it's just, that shit is just fucking so disingenuous. Like, it's like, how easy can you be persuaded, motherfucker? Like, you just hear one thing and that's your, vernacular from now on, like, until the next thing comes out. Whatever. It's not major, but it's something. I'm pretty sure there's motherfuckers out there who know exactly what I'm talking about, and they agree. And there's motherfuckers out there like, oh, you're just a hater and whatever. That's the best of both worlds, man. Love it, like it. Listen, I'm one of them motherfuckers where if you watch me just to hate me, I completely understand you. I completely understand you because I do it too. I'll watch a motherfucker, especially like on a quick video, like TikToks and stuff like that. I watch this motherfuckers I follow to hate him. Like, I fucking hate this guy. I can't stand the way he does this or whatever. I just watch that shit. Hey, I don't know. Hey, listen, it's my shit. Before TikTok and all that stuff, yo, I was a avid people watcher, yo. I used to, especially because when I was younger, I used to go out and do a lot of things with my grandfather. My grandfather was in a wheelchair, and when I was younger, I used to, go with him to go do stuff, and I'd take the wheelchair out for him and shit like that or whatever, push him around, stuff like that or whatever. So he'd go to like doctor's appointments. I'd always go and help him and shit. And so he'd be in our doctor's office, and I'd be sitting around playing my toys and shit. I'm talking about I was young. And sitting around playing with my toys and stuff like that or whatever, and I'm just watching people in the waiting rooms and supermarkets and shit like that or whatever. Home Depot, boring as when I was young, I hated Home Depot. But I would just watch people. I was always watching people, and early on, I learned just watch somebody and just fucking can't stand. Why is he wearing those shoes? You just hate on that motherfucker. What is he doing? But it was just something that I liked, or just of course, one of the biggest things is like, oh man, she's pretty, and pretty girls and stuff like that. And you see stuff like that, or like the mom who doesn't, discipline her kid, well in public, and you just start reading motherfuckers, yo. And I've just always been one of those people. Like I enjoy that shit, so I do it now. Man. I go on, probably one of the reasons I'm doing this or whatever. Like I like interacting with people to a degree, because some part of me is also like, hey, listen, I like my alone time too. I know when to cut that shit off. But listen, guys, listen. I actually stayed on longer. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Anybody right now, I'm talking to you podcasters or anybody who does like a show or anything like that. Listen, if you do your show, I challenge you this, yo. Do one fucking show by yourself. Like just do a show by yourself. Start off like maybe once every 6 months or whatever, whatever you're comfortable with. But I'm telling you right now, man, it's just there's some people who just can't talk, by themselves or whatever. They can't, have a conversation where it's just like, hey, it doesn't work. It doesn't formulate for them. They can't think of the words and shit like that or whatever. But me personally, bro, I can talk, bro. I can talk, man. I'll share my ideas. And I'll try my best to make sure I don't contradict myself. I try my best to make sure you understand my process while I'm saying shit. And I enjoy it. But this has been one of the, most fun, easy, conversations that I've had with you guys in a while. And I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. It's been a lot of fun talking about this. We're going to be back next week. I'm trying to do kind of a marathon of all 5 shows these next couple weeks. So you're going to see my big ass up on the screen, and we're going to be talking some shit. I'm going to have different topics every single week on the web shows. No guests right now. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to have any guests. If somebody hits me up and they're like, hey, B, I kind of want to come on and talk with you. I like what you were talking about. I might, have them come on or whatever. But right now, I'm really trying to just stay to this. I'm really enjoying this, man. I like just talking to you guys about different things. We're gonna have a couple of new topics next week. It'll be some fun stuff, guys. Big announcement. The Beeline Entertainment Show. Like I said, all 5 shows are coming back, just so I can refresh your brains. Every show I play that clip in the beginning. It's like 5 minutes worth of shit. Yep, it's 5 minutes. Watch it. Wait until it's start, whatever. But we have the web show on Tuesdays. We have the commission talks on Wednesday, and STR on Wednesday as well. That's Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. It's the wrestling shows. Then we have on Thursday at the Beeline Entertainment Show, and that's the one where you come on and show off. That's right, yo. Listen, we have the show off segment is returning, but I just want to let you guys know that we are going to have our first episode back. The Beeline Entertainment is going to be back on this Thursday. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go over some of the new, things we're doing. We are returning with the watch list. We're returning with the top 5 and the recommendations, movies and stuff like that, talking about all things entertainment, as well as the show-off segment is going to be a little bit different. We're not always going to have guests all the time. I am going to have a co-host most of the time. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And you guys know him and you guys seen him. And he'll be on me most of the time. But really appreciate you guys, man. Let's see. One thing I love about watching and coming on your stuff is how fun you are to interact with, and your personality is just a pause. Draw fun, and I love it, bro. I will be on any show, anytime you be. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, JC. Appreciate you watching, man. Joining in the comments is definitely fun answering, seeing your opinions about stuff as well. But appreciate you, bro. But Beeline, listen, guys, thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing night. I stayed on for longer than I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to do like an hour show, but I've had a lot of fun. We've had people watching all night, so thank you guys for watching as well. I don't know why for some reason StreamYard took off. When I share with the groups and stuff like that, so I have to go ahead and manually do that or whatever. Facebook, thank you guys so much. I'm shouting out Facebook, yo. Facebook, thank you guys so much for given the platform and allowing us to grow on this platform, because I'm not going to lie, man. Facebook is my biggest platform. Like, we've had a big change in subscribers and stuff like that. I've been doing a lot of promoting, a lot of promotions, a lot of ads, a lot of different things, meeting a lot of different people as well. And, we've had a lot of growth. All the channels are experiencing a heighten in numbers and views, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Like, I'm literally been sharing, different, pictures of the views, especially for the wrestling content. I think the wrestling content is what's doing it more than anything. I'll be honest with you. But I really, really am enjoying where I'm at with this right now, and I'm not going nowhere. Like, I am not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. So whatever's happening for the rest of this year, there's no more breaks. I've been going hard since August, and I'm not taking any breaks unless some crazy shit happens. But other than that, I'm gonna be on here. But yeah, tune in tomorrow, of course. 5 o'clock, we'll be back. I am hosting Commission Talks as well as STR tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow, guys. And if you're wrestling fans, Thursday night, if you're entertainment fans. And then Live on the Line is going to be back on Sunday. We're going to have group discussion with whoever comes on. If nobody comes on, it'll be just me again. I'm not trying so hard to, keep getting people on every 5 minutes. I just want to talk, man. I'm enjoying just talking. But guys, I got to take a piss. So until next time, of course, I want you guys to stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and we'll be back, yo. Listen, I love you guys, man. Enjoy, have a great week, and see you next week. Peace.